that's why I'm at the point where like I like to share what I know, because I know everybody don't know what I know just as well as like I don't know what everybody else knows. That's why I like to have conversations. You get what I'm saying? Like I like to know, I like to learn. But I was talking to somebody and I'm like, you know that not even 100 years ago they would like sterilize women who they deemed unfit, right? And so like if we know America for what it truly is, we know that it wasn't always an unfit situation, which I personally don't believe. Even if you was on drugs, even if I don't care your situation, I don't think anybody has the right to castrate you, to defile your body like that. I don't care. But it's easy for people to judge when you come from like a judgmental mindset to where it's like, you don't deserve to be a mother. That's an intense statement to make. I think that is one of the craziest statements I've ever heard, because I don't think anyone doesn't deserve to like to that point. You know what I mean? It's like it's cool, it's easy to point a finger until they say that like something in your life doesn't fit to be a parent. Like what if they change it to being a certain tax bracket and then somebody's literally taking your uterus out of your body because they don't think you make enough money or ever will? It'll be a little different, right? Like they're sterilizing women in jail because they like, oh, you come to jail too much, or you did this type of crime, like, and you've been pregnant twice, and you're never gonna change. And they sterilizing them. And again, it's easy for people to judge because they're like, that's a criminal. She doesn't deserve it. Or, that's just another baby in the system. She doesn't deserve it. But it's like, yeah, until you fit the criteria, it's always easy to judge, right? Until it's to the point where they're like, the age you are, you're done. We think you're done. We think you don't need to have any more. It's a little different, when they change it to something that fits you. It's so easy to judge until it's on us. But yeah, that's not even my point. My point is that like up until like 1940, I believe, maybe like 1938, 1940, somewhere around there, sterilizing women was legal. And if they deemed you unfit, if you were young or if you were black, literally just being black, like they're like, man, actually you come here, you don't need to have no kids because y'all have enough, so you're done, right? That's sick to me, like, but don't get me started. So yeah, this is something they would do. Of course, we know in America, when things become illegal, they don't stop. They just find ways to do it, right? So, ironically, coincidentally, about like 1942, Planned Parenthood kind of comes into the picture. Interesting, right? Coincidence? I think it the fuck not. But yeah, it's like I don't believe in coincidences either, so no. But anyways, you have to be aware of what's going on, like, period. And this is why, like, knowing history and knowing where you at is so important, because, like, if only less than 100 years ago they were deeming us unfit just for being black, just for being young, and then they were sterilizing us and doing this for population control, what do you think? Do you think they just stopped because somebody's like, we get caught up, people are against this? No, they just found other ways to do it. They put it in our food. They do things like Planned Parenthood. We know that that's the biggest. That's for another video. But they do things like Planned Parenthood. They put it in our birth control. They put it in everything. They do things like, I don't know, make it so that black women are 4 times more likely to die during the first year of giving birth and during childbirth. Coincidence? I think not. Women go into the hospitals and have been had their tubes taken out of them without knowing. Sounds very familiar. Women go into hospitals, have babies, and have things done so traumatically to them that they can't have babies again or won't. Coincidence? I think not. Like I said, it's in the food. Perms, sterilizing. Like, that's crazy, but it's true. And it's like, they're not telling us any of this stuff, and it's not a coincidence. And it's like, we've just got to be smarter when we play this game, bro. We got to understand that there is a game being played. You can sit at home, you can do your 9 to 5, you can think everything's good because you're doing everything right, but it's not. They're not done with us, never have been. Any group of people that would enslave you for 400 plus years and then be mad at you for the position you're in, but yeah, like any group of people that would burn down thriving black communities or build highways where thriving black communities were, or put lakes and drown out these black thriving communities after said slavery because they're mad that you're actually doing okay after. You got to be a baboon's monkey's ass to believe that just one day they were just like, you know what, we cool, it's alright, it's alright, it's okay, it's only been a couple years, but we're cool with y'all here now. We actually don't want to sterilize you anymore. We actually don't want the worst for you. We actually want the best for you now. All of a sudden, we're cool, you're doing everything right, as if our elders didn't do everything right too, yet they still got bombed. Yeah. Anyway, I say this to say, all this is to say that, like, I really don't even know what it's to say. It's really to say, like, educate yourself, be smart for real out here. Like, it's not a joke. And I be telling you, like, we're pregnant for 9 months for a reason. Use that time so very wisely, fam. And in all honesty, like, I used to be like, I'm not opposed to hospital births, do what you got. I'm opposed, fam. I'm opposed to going into a cemetery to have a baby. People are dying while you're giving birth. That just doesn't add up to me. But also, this is the place that we know, like, they still studying Henrietta Lacks. They don't care what they did to her at all. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care about the history. So it's like they used us without any medication to perform surgeries to see how things work. I mean, they still use these things in the book. The medical book still has in it to this day that Black women do not feel pain. So don't believe them. Don't listen to them. To this day. And it's not a drill. That's my point. I say all this to say it's not a drill. They still sterilizing us. They still disrespecting us, castrating us. And then I found out that, like, the same medicine or the same stuff they use to put the hormones in children who decide they don't want to be whatever gender or whatever is the same thing they use to castrate pedophile men who go to prison or whatever. Like, huh? Y'all think it's a joke. I already coming after them kids. They coming after our ovaries, coming after our uterus. They still on that type of time. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I love y'all. Be safe out here, be smart out here, and remember, you can Google everything.